Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and off the card. Coming with the flow straight from the bottom. Coming with the heat from the damn street. This is PBNN Point Black National News. The late and the great edition and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? Coming with the facts to crack backs and the bull bit to their lying ass lips. Because this is what we must do. Because this is PBNN Point Black National News. The late and the great edition and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, today, we're coming in. Do a little newscast, see what's going on out there. We're going to do a little analyzation and to see what the things that are going on in our world. We continue to see the war with Russia and Ukraine. Now Putin is talking about a timeline to bring out his nuclear weapon and so on and so on. So we know that they're ill with Biden, creepy ass Joe, and the demon Democrats and whoever's controlling them has manipulated people's minds into stupidity to believe every corner of shit that they can possibly muster up. Holding our world that's supposed to be the greatest nation has the same all this righteous talk they talk and all this bull they talk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the most merciful, but yet still the most corrupted. You know what I'm saying? Where you have us, you know what I'm saying, outside of the heels of this country and doing crap all over the world. Even when it came to Iraq, you know what I'm saying, and chumped up war and all this different stuff they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And to see where you have us, you know, our doors wide open as the friendliest nation on earth, but at the same time, like I said, the most corrupted. And at the same time, every time you cause a war or you do some garbage shit, you always involve the people. You know what I'm saying? You go to war and you see it going to war for America and our freedom. When you're going to war for invasion and your creepy bull nonsense. Mm-hmm. If you always involve the American people. As if we agree with every garbage you do. Then you want to politicize it and shove it down people's throats. As if that people need this type of garbage coming in their life as a whole. But as we see New York just appointed the first openly transgender male judge in the U.S. history. Wait a minute, the first open gender male what? We're still talking about people. I don't care whether it's gender, render, or grander, as long as it doesn't affect the common people and the naturality and the natural of life. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't see what's the big idea to make anything historical about it at all, because you've been running a bull for quite a while. But at the same time, it's still talking about people. I don't care whether you gender, render, or gender. The last time I checked, you know what I'm saying, I don't care whether you gender, render, or bender. It took a mother and a father to bring your gender, render, bender here. Second of all, I still see that we have to use the toilet. I still see you have to pee. I still see you have to piss. I still see you have to eat some food. I still see you have to drink some water. I still see a whole lot of common things that still put you in the same category as everyone else. So I don't know what the other gender argument is about. Other than you forcing it on people and people rejecting it. Because you don't want to keep it thing. You want it to be in everybody's world. Such as Greasy and Cue Ball Adams want to put all the migrants in resident people homes. You know what I'm saying? Talking about storing the asylum seekers in private homes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we're really looking at some garbage going on, but we see the right woke war begins to backfire. In more ways than one, we see the right woke is beginning to backfire on, you know, DeSantis. I guess they try to definitely criminalize him because they damn sure don't want him to win the presidency under the guise of they're talking about. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But this one is coming in by way of Gerald, I guess, Neeson, Neesmith, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Last name, one day ago coming out of the saloon. But we see where, in this joint, we see where, hold on a second, we see where last week, conservative political commentators, Megan McCain, oh yeah, wrote an article for the Daily Mail about one of the more pressing issues of our times. Yeah, not over nuclear war. The one-off appearance of Samantha, played by Kim Cartrell or whatever his name is, in the HBO reboot of Sex and the City. Now, there is nothing wrong with people who usually spend their time gazing into the fiery abyss of our political landscape, deciding to tackle lighter materials, but unfortunately, that's not what, you know what I'm saying, this piece was. The first sentence of the headline of her article, I couldn't bear to watch the Woke Fest Sex and the City reboot run the show I love. You know what I'm saying? So we see if you have, a somehow healthy relationship with your family and the social media, you may be asking yourself, what actually is a woke fest and how exactly it affecting McCain's viewing experience? Nobody give a flying crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn whether it's woke, choke, or broke. You know what I'm saying? This woke theory has become a nuisance to a nuisance and a full distraction to many things. Talking about somebody woke and choke and all kind of garbage. So nobody have time for a lot of that nonsense. But we see where, you know what I'm saying, she's saying, to answer the question, I believe it sums up a quote on her piece, you know what I'm saying, this is a global hit show and so forth, rebellious or whatever, rebelliousness, always the most apparent. Samantha drops the forward, you know what I'm saying, drop the forward every other sentence, call women bitches, and, you know what I'm saying, memorable one's mark. I'm trying, what is wrong? And then it comes down to the same thing to do with the LGBTQ. What is wrong with McCain's daughter, or whoever she seems to be, seems to have a dizzy spot in her world. But you need to solve it, and nobody needs it in the political arena. You know what I'm saying? And we don't need the LGBTQ in the political arena at all, because there was no reason for them to drive this bullshit that they're running around doing in our country today, all over the United States, trying to get people to accept something that has no realistic basis in no shape or form, and deciding to not want to cohere to that. So you talking about historical agenda and so forth, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not historical to me. It's really just a bunch of nonsense that you choose to jump up to bring your evil world into the regular people's world that you know for well is not correct. So you want to run a freak show in more ways than one. But nobody has time for that, because you're not going to be in no shape or form putting us under no kind of confusion or chaos such as that. The American people who are straight and know what's man and woman and the breeding of having children, because these people who's doing this have to have a mother and a father in order to be here, unless they come from some alien race. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're not going to spend time talking about that bullshit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I put no energy into that garbage at all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's garbage to me. And it should not have anything to do with the political arena at all. You know what I'm saying? We see Fox Holds teases FBI document shows Joe Biden was paid $5 million bribe. Then report Fox source say it doesn't it doesn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of flip flopping back and forth. We see Laura Goldberg or whatever her name is, transphobic Bud Light Bud Light nickname draws conservative laughter. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time for the Bud Light boat jokes. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that funny. But we see Ukraine spies say they intercepted a call of Russian soldiers saying it was our sabotage group that destroyed the I guess it's that Hoka Dam. Who gives a flying crap? What we need them to do while everybody's sitting on their glorifying these moves and these steps and this back and forth bullshit that Joe Biden and the demon Democrats and who knows, maybe what other secret society and all kind of Luciferian suckers, you know, trumpet up this war and running Biden such as a puppet. But at the same time, we don't need to be hearing nothing about no nuclear war, no war with Russia at all. You know what I'm saying? And it needs to stop. You know what I'm saying? And the world needs to stand up and stop it, because once these people put these things into motion, by having all these leaders across the United States and other countries as a whole in the same boat, in the same Luciferian secret societies or whatever they may be in, you know what I'm saying, Antifa, whatever, there's all coercing in this bullshit and glorifying it while they make moves all around the planet. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, every time they do it, the first thing they say they're doing it for America. How is you causing a war with Russia through using a NATO Ukraine trick? You know what I'm saying? By putting this in Zelensky's ass into office, and he's going right along with the garbage and talking about nuclear war joining our world and our country, but you're still saying you're doing it for the American people. How is this possible in any shape or form? And American people need to wake up to it. You know what I'm saying? There is no way for the United States to be invading Russia, such a great nation as Russia in itself, even though they have their crimes and their gold garbage just like everyone else. So does the United States. Bush, Biden, and Kamala, and Hillary Clinton, and all of them are guilty of criminal acts in this country at its fullness, but want to criminalize everybody that is righteous. There is no way we must tolerate this type of Luciferian piece of garbage. We are not living in an illusional world. We're living in a world right now that's facing several reality facts. You know what I'm saying? And one of them is not a nuclear war that needs to be done over some bullshit, talking about Ukraine wanting to join NATO and put nuclear weapons in Russia. We got to come off that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And clear this shit out and get this to stop. And the demon Democrats and the rest of whoever's in our government causing all these different wars, such as the war in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how Saddam Hussein was the criminal this and criminal that, and Saddam Hussein was that. All these leaders, many of these leaders are in guilty conflict of sabotage, espionage, and all kinds of shit against their own fucking people. And that goes for the United States. So why should the United States be one of the most criminal nations on the planet Earth? Why are you playing Mr. Goody Two Shoes? You know what I'm saying? Goody Two Shoes. You know what I'm saying? You see Governor Abbott signs the CHIPS Act. You know what I'm saying? The CHIPS Act coming in by Brittany, I guess, Bethany or whatever, Blankley or whatever, Center Square contributed 12 hours ago Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? We see the Center Square, Greg Abbott, he signed the Texas CHIPS Act into law. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying, he signed into law that a year after praising the Federal CHIPS Act being signed into law last August, the Texas CHIPS Act HB 5174, filed by Representative Greg Bonnet R. Friendswood, received overwhelming partisan support. The bill passed by a vote of 136 to 9 in the House and by 28-3 in the Senate. All bills signed on Friday passed on social media. Abbott said Texas ranks number one in the United States for semiconductor manufacturers for the expansion of semiconductor industry. The new law will bolster Texas' position, nationally and internationally when it comes to semiconductors, he said. You know what I'm saying? So we see sign that law. We see New York considers hold on a second, people. We see New York. Hold on a second. We see New York considers reparations for black residents, removal of racial public art amid flurry of legislations. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Rich Childer, 14 hours ago. Or Caldor, whatever, 14 hours ago. Rich Caldor, 14 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the New York press, we hearing a lot about this reparations going on. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't want to hear it going on for too long. You know what I'm saying? We want to see some reparations and some money and some goodness coming out, and economics and all kinds of stuff coming forth. The black people in this country, because too long you have denied the original man and the original woman and man of this land. You know what I'm saying? And all the land of this world. You know what I'm saying? And you have hide artifacts and all types of shit to show the proof that, the glory of my people in order to whitewash the world. But the city council of, is mauling a package, muling a package, muling a package of controversial bills that include weighing whether black New Yorkers deserve reparations for slavery and other and other resurrecting a woke push to remove arts they consider racist from public property. You know what I'm saying? As we see.